Hello and welcome to Revsportz. I'm Shubhayan Chakravarti, and the feeling of India lifting the T20 World Cup on the bounce is finally sinking in. And hours after India lifted the trophy in Ahmedabad, Revsportz caught up with batting coach Sitanshu Kotak and had a long conversation around the team's journey to the T20 World Cup. This is the first time ever that any team has lifted the T20 World Cup on their home soil while also defending their T20 World Cup trophy. And Sitanshu Kotak, he was very candid about the entire process of him joining the team during the England white ball series, which happened in February 2025, and from there on, the transformation that the batting unit has had under Gautam Gambhir and Surya Kumar Yadav. Yes, some results did not go in team's favor when it comes to the longest format of the game, but no one can deny the fact that this Indian team in the shortest format of the game has ruled the world by dominating in each phases of the game, be it batting, bowling or fielding, and that is why the team is world champion for the second consecutive time. So what are the takeaways from that conversation with Sitanshu Kotak? And Sitanshu Kotak is someone who has attended multiple press conferences and has faced some tough questions even when the team was not doing well in other formats as well. So the biggest talking point, I think, was the turning point of the entire T20 World Cup. You all will remember that after South Africa defeated India in the first Super 8 game, things became a bit tricky for the men in blue. And if you all remember those visuals of Gautam Gambhir, Surya Kumar Yadav and the entire team management or the coaching staff sitting in the dugout just after the match and having a very long conversation around what to do and what not to do, Sitanshu Kotak feels that that is somewhere where the momentum entirely shifted in favor of the Indian team. Why? Because that is where Gautam Gambhir said that we need to rewire things, rejig a few things, rejig the tactics, and march forward for the remaining games of the Super 8 matches. And of course, all the matches were actually knockout games for the Indian team, be it the Zimbabwe game, West Indies game, the semi-final against England or the final against New Zealand. So what they did, Gautam Gambhir was pretty clear that they need to bring in Sanju Samson at the top of the order, make Ishan Kishan bat at number 3, and make Tilak Verma flexible in that batting unit, and that is how things started to click. The off spinners suddenly did not look threatening at all for in the power play overs, and while the Indian team were losing wickets up front before that particular game, things changed completely from the Zimbabwe game onwards, and Sanju Samson's inclusion in the playing 11, which was Gautam Gambhir's call, again became a turning point for the Indian team, and that is where Sitanshu Kotak credits Gautam Gambhir a lot while saying him that he is a very clever and a very intelligent man who knows what he is doing. His instincts are really good, and he knows what is happening or what could happen out there on the field if we make certain calls. So he credits Gautam Gambhir behind not only making some good tactical calls during the game or before the game, but also as how he manages the team, how he has instilled a fearless mindset into that dressing room. And Gautam Gambhir, he said that there's, while he has worked with Rahul Dravid at the NCA, VVS Lakshman at the Center of Excellence, Sitanshu Kotak was also the head coach of the India A team for a while. He says there's a similarity between how Rahul Dravid, VVS Lakshman and Gautam Gambhir think, and why, while they are certainly different personalities, but their thinking towards the game is very similar. They want Indian team to win, Indian team to do well, Indian players to do well, and they are not someone who will put blame on any of the coaching staff or any of the players even if the results are not going their way. He said that Gautam has never come to him and said, why Kotak bhai, why did you do such things, make such calls, or train some players like this. He gives absolute freedom to not only the coaching staff but the players as well. So that is something about Gautam Gambhir. Sitanshu Kotak, as I said, he has worked extensively in the core ecosystem of the Indian cricket team at the National Cricket Academy before, or the Center of Excellence under VVS Lakshman before he became the Indian batting coach. And that is where he said, it's a dream come true for him to see so much joy on the people's faces those who suffered that heartbreak along with the Indian team in 2023. Kotak Bhai says that he was in the outside zone. He was at the NCA when Indian team lifted the 2024 T20 World Cup. While he felt that happiness after the Indian team won, he always wanted to be part of something like this, and he credits the BCCI for actually talking to him, giving him that offer. Gautam Gambhir giving him that offer to joining the team, the support staff, and making this team better. So for Sitanshu Kotak, who was a prolific run scorer during his playing days in domestic cricket, someone who never went on to play for India, but he is now a world champion with the Indian cricket team. He credits the BCCI for creating a robust ecosystem. Jay Shah, when he was the BCCI secretary, how he made all the players financially very confident about themselves. He raised the bar there when he was the administrator in the BCCI, and now the current hierarchy also, the way they are giving that financial freedom to all the players, the coaching staff, and not letting them bother about their household stuff or anything. The back end, the robust ecosystem, the domestic cricket that these players play, that is where Sitanshu Kotak says is the reason behind Indian team doing so good in international cricket. Another thing about his coaching philosophy, he says that if I was a very good leg side player during my playing days, I can't expect someone to mold his game according to my strength, what my strengths were during my playing days. So what he feels is that the important part of being a coach is to not say to actually know not to say something wrong to a player in a trickier time. It is actually important for coaches to say correct things in correct time and not jump the gun with a few players, with the players who are in the ecosystem. So man management skills is something which Sitanshu Kotak believes is very important for becoming a top coach at this level. Now, when I talk about Sitanshu Kotak, I have to talk about what he said about this Indian team. He said that the unity that this team brings. He mentioned Washington Sundar, he mentioned Mohammad Siraj, he mentioned Kuldeep Yadav, he mentioned Rinku Singh, the players who played few matches in the T20 World Cup and rather were not part of the playing 11 regularly. But the unity of this Indian team, the players who are sitting outside warming the bench, they are also eager to help the players by doing whatever they can during the matches or during the practice session. He credits the support staff for the readiness that they show anywhere during the course of the tournament or even before during the bilateral series. And when I talk about bilateral series, he mentions that the preparation for the T20 World Cup started long before anyone thinks that the roadmap, the philosophy, the mindset, it all started when the Indian team were actually playing bilateral series last year, when the entire team management sat together and said we wanted to do such things. Now, what's next for the Indian coaching staff? What are they aiming? They are now the world champion. The BCCI has announced a record cash prize of rupees 131 crore. But what's next for the Indian coaching staff? What are they aiming? And that is where Sitanshu Kotak mentions a very important thing, that this team has not won a WTC champion, the WTC trophy, the World Test Championship, and that is where they want to excel now. They want to focus. Yes, ODI cricket, T20 cricket will continue. The aim is to win the 2027 ODI World Cup also, but before that they want to make this Indian Test team better. They have 9 matches remaining in the WTC cycle: 2 against Sri Lanka away, 2 against New Zealand away, and 5 against Australia at home. They want to win each and every match that is remaining in this WTC final. And as in Sitanshu Kotak's words, God has planned for everything, and if everything goes well, the hard work behind the scene with the test team comes into fruition, then you will see the team doing really well in the next 9 matches in this WTC final. So a heartfelt conversation with Sitanshu Kotak. You can read the interview in our website at revsportz.in. So go there, go to the website, read the piece, and credit and give the flowers to the coaching staff, who sometimes face the most difficult questions when the team is not doing well out there on the field. But now it is time to give credit to them, give credit to their hard work and the tireless hours that they have put in the team meeting room, in the data center room, in the dressing room, out there on the field, talking with the players, making them train to the best of their abilities, and now making them win the T20 World Cup as well. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And as I said, read the interview in our website, Revsportz.in.